right, and welcome to the Morning Spike. We come in and we talk about football. We talk about football news. We talk about all the things that are going on in the fantasy world. If you want to hear about all those things from three football degenerates, that's what you're gonna get. I'm Brian the Grizzly. I'm here with Mark. What's going on? I'm not gonna talk about the other guy.
Okay. I was gonna say, I thought there was another person here.
I don't know. He has glasses on, so I don't know if I could talk about him. How you doing, Mark?
Doing good. Been a long week. Not too bad.
Why do you look so sad, Martin?
Tired, bro. Tired.
It was like you went out last night, like you were literally doing your DJing thing, and you just came in. Like you went to IHOP. You came in now. Oh man, I told you guys. You see the glasses on Martin, you know what type of show we getting.
Oh man, it'll just take a little bit longer.
It takes time for you to warm up. It's literally like an old car as it starts warming up, and then next you know, the 67 Chevy's ready to go.
It's 8 in the morning.
It's 8:30. Yeah, it's 8:15 for
you know, like
that's true.
Just give me some time, bro. Last night I didn't go to sleep on time because I know I had the show, but I mean, sometimes it happens.
Hey, it's okay. It works out, man.
I know. Tank was asking for topic ideas. This guy shoots a text at like 2 a.m.
I was like, you guys are. I saw my phone when I woke up. I was like, why the hell are they talking about this right now?
Right?
That was. I don't know about that either. Well, I was like, isn't it like super late over there already? Like, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it was 2 a.m. my time, so
it was like
1. I know.
It was only 11 your time, but
it was like 1:26. I saw. I was like 1:26. Why are y'all talking about topics?
Late. Like, I was like, all right. Well, I answered him. I'm like, okay, I'm probably the only one awake right now. So
yeah, I was sleeping.
I'm surprised he hasn't kicked off his whole division thing because that's all he ever.
No, we can talk about that. I'm not doing that anymore. I can't do it forever. It takes too long and it's not fun. So we could talk about it. It has to be like a division in the show. We can't do it like over and over again. It's just not fun.
No, I know, but we always did the different divisions.
The divisions, yeah. Well,
like
when he comes back to run the show, we'll do that. But until then, the inmates are in charge, and we're going to do what we're going to do.
Right.
All right, but I did want to start the show. Talk about Jim Brown, great football player, probably the greatest football player, running back I've ever seen. Great activist. Only played 9 years. He died at 87. 1936 to 2023. That's a long, strong life for a man that played in the NFL at the time. Understand in 65, like in the early 60s, Jim Brown was the size of lineman. He was 6'3", 220 pounds. That was the size of a lineman. The dude was running back, was running over people, running through people. He literally could play any era. You know how they say, some people that play in the 60s can't play in today's game. Right now, he'll be one of the biggest running backs of in the NFL. That's how good this guy was. And then they had a contract dispute. You know what he did? He walked away. He became an activist and then became an actor. Mm-hmm. He had an incredible life. He's literally probably one of the greatest football players that I've ever seen. Yeah, I'll say that. And man, I just want to make sure he was the first time you hear GOAT, greatest of all time. We talk about Jim Brown. So what are your thoughts?
Martin frozen.
Oh, I was waiting for you. I was looking.
You can go ahead.
Well, you're in the second position, Mark. You gotta go.
Oh, okay. No, I agree. He changed probably the running back position once he came in. Once he came in, everyone was like, "We got to get a running back like that." But unfortunately, especially back then, very hard to find. You were only going to find one. I mean, it took until like probably Derrick Henry to find a back his size.
That size of that
I
speed,
can't even remember another running back outside of Derrick Henry that's even fits the mold of Jim Brown. So that's just nuts. And I completely agree. Like you said, he would play today and dominate.
Which is crazy. 60 years ago, we're talking about.
Right?
Yeah.
3 well-deserved MVPs. Should have 4.
Yep.
Like literally, like he was the best player on the field anytime he stepped on the field.
No, I it's crazy to see what this man did, man. Rookie of the year, MVP, multiple years. Like his rookie year, he ran 942 yards and received 55.
And you gotta realize how many games that was.
And that was 12 games. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For his first four years, they were 12 games.
Yeah.
The following season, he ran 15-27. His third year, he ran 13-29. And his fourth year, 12-57. All in 12 years. Then in 1961, they switched over to 14 games. And this dude ran 14:08. Now, I don't know what happened here.
It's ridiculous.
Maybe the scheme changed or something, but
remember he had another great Ernie Banks was in the backfield with him. Like he had another great running back in the backfield with him.
In 1962, maybe that was the game because in 1962 he ran for 996, so he didn't hit the 1,000. But this was his highest receiving year at 517. And then after that, he went back into the thousands. His best year, guys, was 1963. Does anybody know? Do you guys know what his best year was at running? This is amazing. I've never seen this before.
I'm going, man.
Let's take a guess.
It's crazy because he had over 12,000 rushing yards in 9 years. So you have to guess that he had maybe 1,800 yards, 1,800 yards in 14 games or something like that.
It was 1863.
Oh, shit.
Look at that.
This dude almost ran 2,000 yards
in 14 games.
On 14 games. This guy never missed a game.
Nope.
And then the following year, 1446, and then in his last year at 1965, 1544. 17 touchdowns that year.
Jesus.
That's nuts.
He just walked away after that.
That's just nuts, man.
We're talking about 12,312 yards.
Bro, that's
in 9 seasons.
That's unheard of, man.
106 touchdowns. He averaged over 10 touchdowns every season. Like literally, they had dual running backs like back then. It's the NFL now. Back then, they could literally take Ernie Banks and Jim Brown and put them in the backfield today, and they will be the best duo out there. It's amazing.
9-time Pro Bowler, 8-time All Pro Bowl, 3 times 3-time MVP, 1 NFL championship, a Hall of Fame in 1960 team, a 1963 Burt Bell Award, and
I think he won the rushing title 8 of his 9 years.
Yeah,
man.
And then he got the Rookie of the Year in his 1957. Came out of Syracuse and measured in at 6'2", 237.
What the hell? Like literally, if we were doing our draft stuff, like we were looking at draft guys, and he came out 6'2.5", 237 pounds, running a 4.5 40, we'd be like, what the hell? Who is this dude?
Right. We still fit 232, 6'2" is a nice measurements, man. Like that's something we all like. That's the size and just a large human, man. Like it's amazing.
Yeah. No.
But
let me read some of these things.
And he did kick returns and punt returns too, but
because anytime you get the ball in his hand, you're in trouble. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If you add all his all-purpose yards, it'll be ridiculous.
One year in 1960, he ran 300 kick return yards.
Jesus, he was doing kick returns?
Yeah,
they probably told him to stop. They probably said
never did punt returns. But in 1960, he did 300 yards. Didn't get any touchdowns, but the longest run was at 35 yards. So I mean,
And that's back when they could do a wedge. That's back when they could do anything. They came out, they were drop kicking people, trying to get stop. Tank says I was forced to learn about him because his high school coach was named Jim Brown. Hey, that's a good thing to have to learn.
Right? He's got some defensive stats here too, man.
What?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, back then people played both sides of the ball. Back
he's
then.
got
I wouldn't even want to see him. Like
of the 9 years, bro. Of the 9 years. Guess how many fumbles he had or made? This is impressive.
So his whole 9-year career, I'm gonna say 4.
I'm gonna say at least 10.
Okay, that's a good guess.
One a year. Almost a little bit more than one a year.
You're both dramatically off.
Ah.
He had 7 alone on his rookie year.
Oh, really?
There you go.
He ended his career at 57.
Wow.
All right.
57, bro.
Might have a little knock on his
7, 5, 2, 9, 6, 9, 7, 6, and 6.
Hey, you have to understand.
Different era, though.
Different era. They're
literally now. Dynasty IDP. This dude would just win you your league every week, man.
Right?
It would be nuts.
57 fumbles. Get the hell out of here, bro. They must
David
have put him at linebacker or edge or something, man.
Good morning, fellas. Great tribute to great player Jim Brown. Yeah. And then we got Permafrost 77. I always say Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders are my top 3 running backs of all time. That's my list too.
Yep.
That is my list.
It's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anyone run like Barry Sanders. Like, I remember just watching him and just being like, how? Like, running around in circles and doing things. Walter Payton might be the best pure athlete to ever play football ever. Like, just could punt, throw, catch, whatever you want him to do. And Jim Brown is the prototype. If you're looking for someone, that's the prototype. What you want. And they broke the mold when they made him. You don't get that again.
Is it crazy that on that list 2 of the people walked away in their prime?
Yep. Yeah.
Both Barry and Jim.
Yeah.
8 and 10 years, 9 10 years.
12 games. So yeah, it wasn't even 16 then.
Right.
Yeah, Jim Brown was the top, and this was for his guess at 9. Looking at what do you mean on that one? What you mean?
Never noticed the defensive stats.
You're probably talking the defensive stats here.
Oh, yeah.
Never noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was gonna mention the offense. He went 4 for 12 and 117 yards with 3 touchdowns.
Got on 4 completions. He got 117 yards. Not bad.
It's probably because you're throwing to people and they can't catch it. There's no. It's the NFL back in the 60s.
That was let's see, 61 through 65. So that was like only 5 years, but in the 5 years, so
they probably just gave him the ball and said, "Hey, so the offense is you going, and whatever you decide to do, this is what we're going to do."
This guy was.
What year did they win the Super Bowl? They won the Super Bowl in.
Yes.
What year was that?
Well, it wasn't a Super Bowl. They won the championship. Difference.
Yeah, you're right. It's the NFL championship because it wasn't the Super Bowl yet. Yeah, you're right, 100%.
Yeah, man.
So that's before 63. So, it had to be between 57 and 62, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would love this dude on our league. If you had this guy on your league,
a cheat code.
Hell yeah, it'd be a cheat code.
Like
that's amazing stuff, man. I can't believe that in 9 years.
To walk away, guys.
Defense sucked back then. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Either this guy was really good or nobody knew how to tackle back then. This guy.
How do you tackle him? He's bigger than your offensive lineman. He's bigger.
Yeah, I know, but this guy made.
And so if he's bigger than the offensive lineman, you know darn well
he's bigger than
the defensive lineman.
Yeah. What's crazy is back then the rules were different. Like they could tackle you by your freaking face mask and pull you down.
Yeah. By any means necessary.
By anything, bro. Like
that's why when you said 57 fumbles, I was like, I'm not gonna so much take that as a knock on him, considering the era of football he was playing.
But I mean, still,
so
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So when the NFL did greatest every position because they didn't want to rank who's the best football player of all time. When it came to running back, Jim Brown won.
Oh yeah, isn't he number 1 right now?
Yeah, 23 out of 50 votes for all the stuff he's done because 2,300 carries and over 12,000 yards is ridiculous. And 106 in 106 rushing touchdowns in 118 games. Like the dude scored a touchdown every time and he had 20 receiving touchdowns. So he scored a touchdown every game he played, no matter what. That's
crazy.
Nuts. So on the list, the runners up were Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, and Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith only got 2. But Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, and Jim Brown. That's it. That's the list. I mean, guys, you just don't see. You don't see things like that anymore. So I just, definitely want to talk about that. So
his worst year. Okay. This is stupid. His worst year, bro. Touchdown wise, he had 7 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing, right? But in that year, wasn't very what we call not touchdown productive. Like that's pretty good nowadays. Okay. But he ran 14.46 that year. Okay.
They probably weren't giving him the ball.
His second worst year of touchdowns, 8 rushing, 2 receiving, 14.08.
That means he was running between the 20s and they just weren't giving him the ball. That's all that was.
That's nuts.
All right, to round out the top 5, it's actually Marshall Faulk, Eric Dickerson, and LT.
Oh, Eric Dickerson.
Man, Emmitt Smith didn't even.
Emmitt Smith got 3 votes. Marshall Faulk got 2. Eric Dickerson got 1, and LaDainian got 1.
I liked watching Eric Dickerson, man.
Eric Dickerson is another big dude.
I like watching him, bro. But he was like super fast though.
He ran straight up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching Bo Jackson. I love watching LT. Dickerson, of course, Barry, Earl Campbell, OJ. You can't really say OJ. I think Emmitt's barely in my top 10.
But he's
honestly.
up there though, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You
because
got
Emmitt
respect
just
for the player, what he was. Not so
it
much
has
the
to be
youth.
2 different
Like,
things. That has to be 2 different things. Yeah.
Like there's 2. Like there's a human, and then there's the player. And not all the time they're a good human, but
yeah, that's true.
As for a player, they were good. Like.
But that's what makes Jim Brown so much better, unbelievable. Like he did the 9 years. He could have kept on playing. He decided to stop playing and become an activist for civil rights activist because that's what he was passionate about at the time. And then became an actor. And then he did. His life is just crazy. His life is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he was making $60,000 with the Browns and eventually became a millionaire not long after leaving the Browns to make movies. That's exactly my point.
Right?
Like the dude was amazing. Some of the stuff that he was in was great. I'm Gonna Get You Suckers, one of my favorite movies of all time. Jim Brown was in that, and he was great running. He had this big bunion, and it was to pop out of his boot. Oh my god, it's hilarious. It's so good. But it's giving respect to a legend, someone who's been around. And sometimes you see these guys that don't even realize like they're going to be mortal, that you're going to start losing these people, and you need to give them their respect now. Give them their flowers while they're alive. So but all respect to Jim Brown. Condolences to his family, and actually condolences to the entire NFL because we lost someone great, someone who was always about the NFL and about running, being the greatest running back of all time. So I appreciate that, and thank you. Thank you, Jim Brown, for what you did. All right. So after that, it's kind of hard to do anything else. So we're just going
to... Thanks for coming in. We'll,
man, you got to talk about this guy. He's amazing. So,
No, he was.
It's fine. Like, I don't feel like his stats were amazing. And the fact that he made movies, too, on top of that. He made a lot of
no, you don't understand, like, he walked with Martin Luther King. He was in all, all that One Night in Miami movie is, with about Jim Brown being there, about being one of the top 4 activists in all of America especially for me, That's a huge thing. That the man left football. You saw the disrespect that he got, in his own hometown.
Yeah.
And that's always resonating. So it's just when you are able to be a good, strong person, along with being a great athlete, and then do more, dude.
Hell yeah. Props to Sergeant Franklin, all right? Okay? Props to Sergeant Franklin.
That's
or
awesome.
if you know him as, Slaughter, but, whatever.
Did you guys hear about where the next Super Bowl is going? And Super Bowl 60. You know where we're going to have it? It's going to be in the Bay Area. They have been named host of the Super Bowl 60. And that's a beautiful area. I enjoy that. The stadium is beautiful. San Francisco 49ers moved their stadium out there. Might as well give them some love too. And I love places where it's not going to affect, it's not going to affect the game, Even though San Francisco gets cold, it won't affect, like, you're not going to get a 80 inches of snow.
Right.
You're not going to get a snowstorm. But I also love that, in fact, it's outside. Because football is designed to play outside. And I love having weather in my football. San Francisco is the perfect place. So I can't wait for 2026. The league has approved it. What do you guys think about that?
I've always enjoyed this. Like, when you look back at Super Bowls, I feel like for me, I prefer, I agree. I like them more when they're outside. Just have a different feel. It's like actual football. Sometimes when they're inside, I'm just like,
yeah, it's just like it's arena football almost,
right? And I get it. Some places you wouldn't be able to have the Super Bowl if they didn't have a roof over their head. I get it.
That's okay. It's like Chicago would never get a Super Bowl unless it has a roof on it. But that's
right.
Just then you don't play the Super Bowl there. You just go places where you can. But being outside is important. Like some of the greatest games are like Buffalo. Can you remember the Buffalo when it's snowing and you seeing? Can you imagine Super Bowl in that type of weather? That would be exactly what Perma Frost just said. That would be amazing.
Right. It's always crazy to me where they're like, oh, playoffs, and like you said, play a playoff game in Buffalo or Green Bay, and you're like -5, it's snowing everywhere, and then 2 weeks later you're like, all right, 80 degrees, we're at the Super Bowl. I'm like,
what's crazy. We've had 2 already in Arizona. It's a great place to have it. And I think everything around it, because there's so much to do in that week. Where now, I think this year they're going to Las Vegas. It's a little bit more difficult because now there's a highway literally right there,
and then
there's
so much
parking.
going on.
There's parking right there, and then there's like hotels right next to it. So the area surrounding it, there's nothing to do. It's on the other side of the freeway. And then that's where you find everything to do. Where University of Phoenix Stadium, you could literally walk to the stadium from the bar, or wherever you just ate dinner from.
Like Westgate.
Yeah, it's really convenient to all the stuff and everything there.
Yeah.
Las Vegas, you can't eat dinner and walk over there, or I mean you can, but it's gonna be a nice walk because that's why they made Uber, because you're gonna have to Uber up there. No, it's so here's the thing about Allegiant Stadium, and it's very difficult.
Oh, it's State Farm Stadium now, by the way.
Oh yeah, whatever.
I'm the man in the chair.
Look, I live here, so I'm so used to seeing it.
Hey,
University of Phoenix
I feel you. I still say Sears Tower. It don't matter
it's
what tower.
Braden, you know this. You remember Cricket Pavilion?
Yeah,
it's
Pavilion.
It has like 8 different names because it's changed every year. But it was Cricket Pavilion for the longest time. So it just stuck in my. But you know what I meant though.
Yeah.
After Allegiant Stadium, they cattle farm everybody to the bridge of the highway that goes over the freeway, and you're forced to go through there. You can't do anything else. The parking lot sucks. It's crazy. I should probably put up my pictures one of these days and look.
But, you still call it American West Arena still?
No, that one Talking stick, yeah. But yeah, no, but I know what you meant though. Then that's the thing. You just kind of know the names. And then the next one is New Orleans. And I could only ask Jonathan this. I haven't been to that stadium yet. I will eventually, but that's 2025. And
Yeah,
as
I'm
for
actually
San
planning on
Francisco,
going there for my birthday. I'm going next month. I'm going to check it out, see how it is. I mean, because the French Quarter is supposed to be so close. Honestly, I thought Indianapolis was amazing because Indianapolis literally has like the stadium. You could be inside the entire time. You go from the hotel all the way to the stadium and like never have a coat on.
nice.
The JW Marriott has like 10,000 rooms and it's ridiculous. It's huge and everything's right there. Like you can go see an Indiana Pacers game, go see a minor league baseball game, and see a football, the Super Bowl in the same day and park on the street because it's crazy like that. It's just that, it's everything is right there. So,
Yeah,
but those type of
places
places are good when you can isolate and shut down downtown. Like you're not going to shut down downtown Chicago ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's Chicago. But if you could be a place where you could shut down and have the entire area and make it all about the Super Bowl, those are cool places. So, I mean, I would love to see it in different places, that have those type of things. Seattle is one of the coolest places in the world to go see a game, with the 12th man and how the stadium was shake because it's so loud. Can you imagine having a Super Bowl there?
Right.
But it'll never happen because it's the Pacific Northwest.
Right.
And, they're not going to take a chance of the rain or snow or anything like that. But I wouldn't mind it.
Why not? Just do it, man. Just do it. You know
what? Well, they tested a cold Super Bowl, and I don't think they liked the results. They haven't gone back because they had that one in New York.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Seattle. What I love about that stadium is the architect alone made that stadium for the sound of the crowd to like
resonate
through.
Yeah,
that's what that's ingenious.
Doesn't it resonate only to like the visitor side too? Like it's funneled to the visitor side, so it's louder on the visitor side than it is on the home side. So they can hear better on the home side when they're talking than on the other side.
I don't know. I thought it was like very similar. I don't know. I maybe I didn't hear that, but I know that the way it's funneled through Seattle, the stadium it's amazing. So
the resonate. It's something like they had to do something with the concrete and the arcs because it was literally shaking and it was causing like parts of it to like crumble, crack.
Oh,
so they had to change stuff. Like that's what's nuts and ingenious. But I would love to see it in those type of places. Some of them, the most epic games are played in those type of places. I wouldn't mind seeing a Super Bowl just being a home game for whoever had the best record. But then again, it'll be in Kansas City every year. So then who wants that?
Right.
Yeah. Hey, franchises fall, man. Look what happened to Patriots.
No,
one wrong move.
It took 20 years though.
Yeah, but then they lasted a while. But then after a single move, man, it changes. So you never know.
I hope Bill O'Brien can resurrect Mac Jones. I'm hoping for it. I'm not a Bill O'Brien fan because I think he's stupid, but what he did to the Texans, he's good as an offensive coordinator.
I don't think McCorkle's the guy though, man. I don't think he's the guy. He's a good. He's gonna be there for a good hot minute, but I don't think he's the guy.
I just found that out the other day that his real name is McCorkle.
Yeah.
I was like, who names their kid McCorkle?
Yeah.
I'd go buy Mac too.
Said Brady says, so architects designed lumen with a roof that covers about 70% of the attendees, protecting most of the fans from the rain, but perhaps more importantly, bouncing a ton of crowd noise back onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool. And Permafrost says, 20 years, Martin.
I get it, but still, like it was Dynasty. I get it. Like that's. I'm just saying it falls eventually.
I don't know. The Green Bay Packers were great for forever, like my entire lifetime. Like it's just from '92 until present, they were great. So some franchises just have it like that. So They also installed hard surface material that did not absorb sound. In addition, Lumen was built on a smaller site than other NFL stadiums, which forced architects to push seats closer together. Well, that sucks.
Right?
I don't want that.
Right? Being a bigger dude, I'm like,
Yeah, it's hard enough getting in those seats already. I'm like, man. I went to a game when it was me, Marvin, and 2 of our friends, and we couldn't even sit down in the seats next to each other. We just decided, like, the only way you could do is if the 2 biggest guys had their arms out this way. So they were that's the only way it was gonna work.
You know, that's nosebleed sections too, man. When you get that much space, like you're up top, and that's like you're watching the 2 crappiest teams, and then your teams are doing horrible. I don't know.
It's well, you know what? But when their team was going great, it's great to be in those seats,
right?
And screaming, and because everyone's like clapping, hitting hands and buying beers for everybody, and everyone's just doing whatever. So I buy them for the whole section. They just throw money. I was like, if that's the case, why don't you sit down to 200 level? I don't understand.
Right. So what happened was they pre-gamed a little too much. And,
that's their mortgage right there. That's what's going on.
Right.
Yeah. So terrible. Oh man. All right. Other news. What do we have? So we were kind of talking about this off the air. San Diego State punter, Araiza, the guy who was drafted by the Bills.
Matt Araiza,
yeah. So they literally came out and said there's no findings against him after all that, him getting cut. We were talking about him being one of the best punters going out next year, last year. And he got cut from the team, and they found no findings. He wasn't even there when the stuff went down. He left before any of this stuff went down to make sure that he wouldn't be involved. And
they caused the Bills to have to put Matt Barkley at punter, okay? For one preseason game.
Can you imagine it's your life snowballed for something that you did not do because you were being conscious of like, man, this is not looking good. Let me leave. And it still fell out. Man,
he has a defamation lawsuit against the school now. So
right? Yeah. He has to.
How much money you just cost me?
You not only cost him a spot on one of the good teams now. This guy is going to be signed by somebody, and I tell you, when I say this, he might be the best punter that's ever lived. He might, okay? Emphasis on the might, because we haven't seen it yet, but we don't even know where he's going to land. This guy ran a 4.6 as a punter. That's faster than some of these guys already as a punter. And this guy would kick it across the entire freaking field. I could pull up something. I guarantee you, it wouldn't surprise me if some of these punts were from like the 10 all the way to the other 10 with ease. But no, I'm. Where is he gonna land? I don't know. Someone's gonna sign him, and I feel like the Bills got screwed over on that one too, because they released him, so therefore they didn't really sign him. Right? Exactly. I don't know how that works. I
believe when you draft their rights, but when you cut them, because that's the problem.
Right, because that's what happened.
But when they cut him, they cut ties. So you no longer have your rights to him. So yeah, he had to be brought on to a team. And the question is the dark cloud, do people read enough to know that all the charges are dropped against him? And is he gonna get an opportunity? I hope he gets an opportunity somewhere, especially if you weren't there at all. And it took 9 months. The investigation is supposed to take 6 months. It took 9 months to figure all this stuff out.
Right.
Just long enough to screw him
for a Mexican team.
And
for this past
dude, I would say something about that. It was like, look, now you got to pay me from being there.
Right. It says he's looking to sign with the team, so
hopefully a team gives him the opportunity. That's the best.
I hope so too.
You just want him to have the opportunity to do this. All right, let's see what you got.
This is just like literally like 30 seconds into this video. All right. He is from the other goal line. Look how far this thing goes.
Let's see where this ball lands, guys.
Oh, this is nuts. I remember watching this guy's film and
In the
every
air?
single
right
film-
there.
Yeah.
In the air?
In right there, like just between like the 16-yard line right there.
I remember watching
This
this
is
guy's
after the
film.
bounce. This is after the
And
bounce. So it bounced right here and went up. So the
Okay,
time this dude gets it is probably if it bounces out here. Let's watch it. Okay, so within the 20.
What the hell?
Within the 20.
No,
Well,
that's
this
gonna be
guy's
in the
also
15-yard line. In the 15, dude, that doesn't even make sense. No, so I played at Illinois, right? And we had a very good punter. And I remember once he kicked a ball 70, maybe 78 yards, but it rolled like 28 yards. Like, it kicked it like 50 yards, and it was just a good spin and just rolled another like 28 yards. That in the air is like 70 yards in the air. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look up this 40 time. I'm gonna see if yep. Oh hell!
I just remember watching his film because I believe I'm the one who introduced Martin to this guy. And I remember watching his film, and every single time he punted, you would just see the punt returner go like this, and then just start booking it back because he's like, "Nope, wasn't far enough." Like every time.
Oh man, that's fun.
Here's his 40. Ready? 6'1", 200. Not bad.
He's a decent player.
Here's 40 right here.
That's not bad. Not bad.
For a punter? No, that's not bad at all. I think this
So-
is his 4.6 right here.
Just full
4.7.
for everyone to understand. So I ran a my best 40 was a 4.71. So I beat him by 1/100th of a second.
And then he beat you by 100th of a second.
And then he is me. So I can say, oh, that's not bad, not bad. No, he ran faster than I did.
Yeah. No, he's gonna be something. Hopefully he settles that because he's gonna have to go with court through that to settle all that. But he'll I have a feeling he'll go somewhere.
I
And,
sure hope so, though.
Jesus. That guy's gonna be the best punter in the league, and he might be the best punter already, and he hasn't even stepped the foot on the damn field yet.
It's about, is everyone going to be, are they going to be okay with trying to get him, So
that's the NFL's
question.
issue. Let them deal with that guy.
Remember I was telling you about my kicker? I don't know if you guys remember Steve Weatherford. Steve Weatherford was in the NFL for a long time. He's probably the best athlete I've ever seen, period. And he was our punter and kicker. Look him up. Look up the triathletes. Look at the decathlon. He won all those. He's amazing. Steve Weatherford. Look it up, guys. If you get a chance, the dude was amazing. I'm about running a 4.40. The dude was nuts. 6'2", 210.
It's weird hearing you gush about a kick. Well,
Not
you
just
really
a
want
kicker,
to get
a
active.
punter,
It's a punter.
A
but,
punter.
Yeah. But hey, when you can run like that, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
No.
Right?
Yeah, no, I don't know. We'll find out. Because I remember we were talking about him, and then like we brought him up early when we were doing our rookie prospected videos. Mark brought him up, and then we saw him.
And then
And
you
he
get
got drafted to
If
the
you get
Bills,
drafted as a
and we're
punter,
like, bro,
you're
Bills
an
probably won't
athlete.
even use them because of the way they are so good
Right?
on offense that this man, when they do need to punt, he's gonna have the best punt of average in the league. I remember saying that, but
And then all this stuff came out, and we were like, oh, you don't know what to think. That's the problem. You don't know what to think. And then, it's someone else's life. That's terrible.
But, outside of that, not too bad.
Oh, man.
But,
all right, what else did we have this week, guys? We had Trubisky signed another 3-year deal to be the backup quarterback. I can't believe this dude's gonna make so much money. I can't. Like usually I don't care about anyone else's money. I mean I feel like get your money while you can, but this dude specifically hurts my heart. Just every time I realize that we could have had Patrick Mahomes and we got Mitch Trubisky, dude. That just oh my god.
You bring it up on yourself, man.
Oh,
like everybody moves on, and then you just bring it back. That's the issue.
I can't move on. It's Mitch Trubisky. Mitch, oh my god. We traded up. We didn't just draft him at 3. We traded up to 2 to go get this guy. Whatever. He's going to make $8 million. He's going to make $8 million guaranteed the first year, but his $10 million cap hit will go down to $3 million. So it makes sense, and he'll just back up Kenny Pickett, for the next 3 years. So I think that works great. Even though it's really weird because they also signed a contract to Mason Rudolph for 1 year. I thought that was weird. So they're guaranteed to keep both these guys on the team. Are they going to run out there with 3 quarterbacks?
Maybe. I think they have a history of their quarterbacks not staying healthy.
I mean, but you can't practice.
And Trubisky got hurt.
You can't practice squad those guys though. That's what's so weird.
Oh, I know.
Because as soon as you take one of them, put them on practice squad, someone's going to take them and put them on your team. So that means you're running out with 3 quarterbacks, I guess.
Yep.
But Mahomes wouldn't be a player if he was on the Bears. Nagy would have ruined him.
Nagy wouldn't have gotten to. Nagy would.
I was thinking the same thing when you said it, but I didn't want to hurt Ryan's feelings. So
Nagy wouldn't have been there. I'm a Bears fan. I know the difference. Nagy wouldn't have been there. Nagy's one who drafted them. He was on Kansas City when he got drafted there. So Nagy wouldn't have been there. Nagy
would have been there at some point, though.
No, they wouldn't. They would have had Mahomes. They wouldn't have been bad. Like it wouldn't have happened that way. Nagy,
well, he's saying that Nagy would have ruined him, though.
But Nagy wouldn't have been the coach then. That's my point. Nagy wouldn't have been the coach then.
Why is that?
Because Mahomes they brought him on a year afterwards.
After the draft of Mahomes.
No, he would have been a whole year afterwards.
So they would have drafted Mahomes,
would have
right?
been better. Yeah, exactly. And they would have been better.
You're saying that they wouldn't have brought Nagy on.
They wouldn't have brought Nagy on. Exactly.
Why is that?
Everything. The Bears would have been better.
That's my question. Why is that?
Yeah, because they would have been better.
Who would have they brought on?
The coach would have been fired?
Yeah, well, I'm saying the coach wouldn't have been fired, or they would have waited another year because Mahomes would have shown some inkling of this might be someone special. So that wouldn't have happened.
I'm just asking just because of curiosity, man. Like,
no, it's a good question because because everyone talks about Nagy, but Nagy wouldn't have been there. And then Nagy's offense was really was all around Mahomes type quarterback.
That's Super Bowl champion Nagy to you.
Super Bowl champion Nagy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Him and Gordon are the two biggest
Super Bowl
pieces of dirt on that team, and I just
all right. There you go.
I can't argue this. John Fox might have won. I can't argue with that. John Fox didn't care about offense. It's an offense,
right?
Offense. What the hell is that?
Oh my gosh! Some of these, you think about these previous potentials of what could have happened. It's crazy to see what the story would have been like in another universe, and I would love
to see. I don't think we'll ever got Mahomes. So even though I brought that up, I really don't think we'll ever got. Deshaun Watson would have been the guy, and Deshaun Watson on that team would have been excellent. I know he's a douchebag with a bad player in person.
Look, he's a bad human, but that doesn't reflect players on the field. That's
when you have a guy who's a leader, who galvanized people that people liked. That would have been an interesting thing, and that would have been the pick I would have went with, and I would have loved to see what the Bears would have got with him. But you know what? It doesn't even matter because I'm happy where we are now. I got Justin Fields. That's all I care about. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I did a draft with Get Right guys.
I was watching
that channel, man. That channel is they're not liking Justin Fields, dude. It's crazy.
That's gonna be really interesting.
Anthony's on the fence about it, but then there's Mike. And I love Mike, but some of the stuff
Mike, I don't know why Mike is that way.
Mike,
he is. I don't know
Mike
why.
says some crazy stuff, man. Like he's and I know I'm just thinking sitting there. I'm like, if Brian was here,
the argument.
Him and Mike would fight. He put down J.K. Dobbins, which he's done for years, but he put down Lamar and he put down Justin Fields. I was like,
oh my god,
oh man, those are like Brian's two top favorite guys right now.
Oh my god, dude!
Brian would fight.
I would have came back. I would have left. I would have came back with my jerseys with all three of them. Like, what are you talking about, Mike?
You would take a trip. Like, how long of a trip is it from you to New York?
We would have found out.
Less than a day, right?
would have found out that it'll been like 9 hours.
It has to be less than a day because I can get there like 8.
It's less than a day. Those states are small over there. I'm like, well, all right. Brian would be like, all right, I'll see you. I'm 9. On my way. Get up. Like,
I'll be knocking at this door on Facebook. Like, look, guys, Facebook Live. Let's come get him.
Klabluski, like, just punch him in the face.
That's my quarterback, man. It's my quarterback.
Yeah.
Brian,
write a what if Patrick had to do the Bears comic.
Oh my god.
And bet it would sell.
Dude. I'm starring this. And I am doing that. I don't know if you guys know how much I love comic books, but I literally have like 5,000 of them right here behind me. But I'm going to do that. That is great. I'm gonna call Tank. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Comic. Look, you want to see a comic? When the Falcons were good, they had a comic. Okay.
The Dirty Bird.
I found it. It's the Rush Zone. I found it. But it was them.
Well, that's kind of cool.
You got Matt Ryan and freaking Freeman there. Like, I was surprised.
You tell all the stuff behind me.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool.
It's so much fun. It's so funny because I have so much stuff. 80s boxes too. Dude, that's awesome. It's long boxes.
Have, not had. He still has them.
Yeah, that's true. That's what you should be. I still like having I have some graded comics, so that I'm a huge nerd all the time. Football and comics. I got this one graded the other day. Pretty cool. So I can't help but love it. I love all these things. I love football. I love comics. I love talking to you guys about this stuff. I can't wait for fantasy. Like, I'm sitting here counting the days down to our draft.
Where we at, man? We're in the 40s.
I need what you're going to do, bro.
We're in the 40s, aren't we?
We were 44 on Monday, I think.
Oh my goodness.
We might be coming. We're coming around to.
We're at 41 days.
41.
41 days.
I can't.
41 days until we got our actual draft.
Magical Ham handed me some food. So awesome. Magical Ham.
There you go.
2 hours. Braden, tell me what you're gonna do, man.
Yeah. So speaking of fantasy football, man. I'm looking at some trades here because we're talking about trades. One of them had Mahomes in there as well. But this one was interesting. So, how do you guys feel about Breece Hall?
I love him.
Okay. How much are you willing to trade for him? Because then we'll talk about this trade. I like Breece Hall too.
I think Breece Hall. I will give you a first. I'll give you a first and a third right now because he's coming off of injury, so that's why you're not getting more than a first and a third, but
still
first and a third.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mark.
Well, I think you have the minimum of a first because in most dynasties he was probably first overall pick. So you're not going to be able to just lowball somebody.
Exactly.
So the trade here is trade away Breece Hall, get 2 mid to late 2024 first, and a mid 2024 second. The team needs a rebuild, stack that QB, and nothing much else. So, would you trade him away for mid-tier, late-tier first and a mid-second? So you're talking like a 206 to a 208 and a 208 to or a 207 to 212. Or 112, sorry. 107
yeah, I was
to
going to say
112.
Yeah. So that would give you 3 total first-round picks because you still have yours.
What?
Yeah. You
Oh.
get 2.
Well, yeah.
Plus
You get 2
that's
first
going to be
rounders
hot.
So you'll have
That'd
3
be
though
hot.
overall.
and 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So you'll get 2 first, 2 seconds, and you have your first and second still.
Because
too.
you already have yours. You're just getting theirs.
Okay.
So in the draft coming in 2024, you'll have your first and your second, their first and their second. So essentially, it's a first and a second for Breece Hall. And you just said you'd give a first and a third.
Yeah,
so
I would do it. I would.
Would
do
you
that.
trade away Breece Hall for that though?
I probably, depending on the rest of my team.
Okay, but for the value though,
the value is good. That's good value.
Okay,
I think a first and a third is good value because he's coming off injury, and running backs, as we see right now, you don't know who the next star running back is right now. We could have someone that you don't even think about be the next 1,200-yard rusher.
I think Breece Hall is going to be one of these top 5 guys that we're talking about today, though.
I agree.
I think he's going to be one of those guys.
Oh, you think all together? Really? Okay.
Well, yeah, because right now, who do we got in the top 5? We got Barkley, Bijan, crazy. Taylor's in there. McCaffrey's in there, and Henry's in there, right?
Yeah, Derrick Henry, yeah.
Those are the top 5 right now. Breece Hall is somewhere between 6 and 10. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one.
No, I think there's some other good
Those are the
backs.
5 right now. I wouldn't, because he's only 21. If he was 24, I'd think about it. Okay, so you do it because he was older. Are you saying trade it away?
He's saying because he's so young that he wouldn't do it.
He wouldn't do it. But if he was 24, he would think about it.
That makes more sense. I mean, for me, I feel like I don't have Breece anywhere. I have no shares at all, but I'm willing to pay that.
I'd be willing to pay that. Yeah. If I had him, I'd probably keep him because, like you said, if he's going to be as good as you think he is in 3 years, you could flip it for so much more.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah. So that's just how I feel about. I mean, I'm glad you said a first and a third because that's kind of what this trade is, and this is the question he's asking if it's good or not. And first and a third, you said it's
I think it's a good trade.
But what about a first and a second though?
So the problem is it's not early first. I'm thinking first and third. I'm thinking early.
It's a mid
first, early third. So this is mid first.
It's a late first,
and mid second,
roughly.
Yeah. So that's why it's kind of a little bit different, but kind of balances out. See, but once again, the reason I would want to do it was if I got in top 3 picks, then I'm getting one of these young quarterbacks, and then I could flip that because you're good at quarterback. Then I could flip that for even more because value wise. I'm thinking I can get that
he's
and start building
QB,
my team.
So
that's why
he's gonna flip it though. He's gonna grab it and then flip it for
exactly. I'm gonna get AR, and I'm gonna flip that immediately. Next year, and I probably get even more. So I mean, that's why I'm thinking about this year. The late first hurts me a little bit. So
Perma says because a late first and a second, you might not get a future stud. I'll take Breece Hall side. Yeah, no, I'm still on the Breece Hall side still. Like I still think he's going to be this special.
I want
like he's not
a top 5 pick. If you give me a top 5 pick, maybe I'm going.
I think he's going to be a top 5 running back. Like we'll be seeing him in the top 5 at some point. He's just outside the top 5 now. So, but that was one of the trades. What was the other one with the Patrick Mahomes one?
So we said, unless you need a quarterback more and more, then you can take those other 2 first and second and trade to the top 2 first and draft Caleb May or May. I understand that. I'm thinking more like if I get a chance, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to get one of these star guys with huge potential.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I'm going to try to, once the draft is over, go ahead. Oh, you guys need a quarterback? I don't need it. Give me 2 firsts for AR. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you're doing is I'm taking Breece Hall to get stuff, and if as long as it's high enough, I get like someone that's that good. Then I'm trying to flip that because for someone who needs a quarterback, because there's always a guy that needs a quarterback, and I don't need a quarterback. Now I've gotten 2 firsts and a second out of Breece Hall, basically.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. No. I lost the Mahomes one. It was here. I don't know. Then someone asked, "What This is crazy, man. I can't find the Mahomes one. I lost it, but this is crazy. This made me like the hell. What would you spend to get CMC and Bijan, bro? Like, you're asking for the entire team.
Draft. I'm literally. You want both of those guys? Give me your draft, all of it, and the player.
Someone said Swift, Jerome Ford, 224 first, a 25 first, and a 26 first. And people were like, "What?" Nah, bro. I don't know, man. You're basically giving out your entire farm for two guys. No, I don't. You don't know what your 25th and your 26th years are gonna end up, and you might end up with the next stud running back. I don't.
It's the Ricky Williams draft. That's what it is. I want everything you got.
I don't know. I can't see myself giving up multiple freaking pieces for like. But this is for 2 guys. But for 1 guy, no. 2 guys, maybe. But then CMC is like...
He could be hurt at any point in time.
3 years of solid what he does now.
But remember, the last 3 years, he only had 1 good year before him being hurt for the other 2.
Yeah,
so you have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I lost that Mahomes one. I had it. I should have done that one first before we did the Breece Hall. Yeah. I'll find it. But some of these trades are interesting to me. 14-man team, 12-man PPR. I'm not talking about P. Ryan, no.
Yeah. Permafrost says, let's see you guys draft live. We would do that, but it's a 12-hour draft. Like
it's a slow draft.
Yeah.
It's a slow draft. We're not even all in the same state anymore, so it's a slow draft. I can't get everybody to like. If we were to do a live draft, everybody would have to pick the time of day to all jump on a freaking Zoom meeting.
And the last time we tried to do that, it was it was a headache.
It was. So
I think what we can do, we can show you guys updates of what we've done thus far. And that's what we're doing the show.
I think we did that, didn't we? We were like in the 3rd round by the time our Sunday show, because we started it Friday and it ended on.
You showed me what you were doing, and I remember seeing that. So that's why I think that's what we'll do. We can do that Sunday. We can do it Tuesday and Wednesday. Just updates.
I think
on what we're doing.
So it was a 24-hour draft. It was a slow draft. So if you guys don't know, slow drafts are interesting. It gives you more time to make trades or talk to other owners and whatnot. So we started Friday midday, and then it ended Wednesday morning, I believe. So almost 5 to 6 days, almost a week, because we started. I don't know, I can't remember, but maybe it might have been Tuesday, but. It's
there's always
always
one person that takes all the time, though. There's always one guy.
Oh yeah, we already know who that freaking guy is.
Mm-hmm.
And we already know. So this year we're doing a 12-hour draft with a pause between 12 at night to 6 in the morning, and then the clock resets. So it should be interesting. I think I'm gonna lower it to 8 next year, but.
Yeah, I think 8 would be cool too.
We'll see how this 12-hour goes. So
all right. I hate you, Braden. But let's read this first. I'll
Hello, Peter
tell you guys
Leewood.
why I hate
How are
Braden
you?
later.
All right.
All
So we got 12 team Superflex PPR start 10. And it says just traded the 510 and the 603 and a startup for 509 and the 409, sorry, and the 904 because he said JSN was still there at the end of the fourth and he just had that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, and then he said his starting receivers are CD, T. Higgins, and JSN.
Dude. Oh man. Dude, all I tell you is you better hope if T. Higgins goes to another team next year, dude, and he becomes like he's going to already have good production, but he goes to another team. I can see he has Justin Jefferson type of talent. So you might end up having the top wide receiver cores ever. Just
I
together.
love this though. It's not even a question. It's just like you know,
it shows how good you are, how smart this is,
I'm trying to think of like
and the depth of your commitment.
He's just bragging, right? This is bragging right here.
Right.
This is right like a big dick move, man. I like this, man.
I want to anoint you a football degenerate that you're thinking about this stuff. You just did that, and that's amazing. Congratulations.
All 12 people who are in here, and then us three. If we're watching us talking about football in May, you know we all have some type of dynasty or just love football.
Yeah, just love it.
So,
let's go back to the whole thing with Braden.
Yeah, he says it's gonna take 12 hours for pick.
I hate you so much right now.
Why?
He's gonna milk it because he's honestly, you know what he wants? He wants someone to trade it from him.
I know, and
he actually told me the other day that he's shocked that he stopped getting like trade offers for the two. He thought he would get more.
It just that to me, it didn't make sense to trade. Why trade up?
Not you, yeah. You but anyone, take whoever doesn't get.
But why would anyone trade up? Because you know what, you feel like it's going to fall to me regardless. It's going to fall to me regardless. Like a good player, because you don't know what you're going to get. A good player is going to fall to me regardless. So you're not going to. It's not Andrew Luck. We don't know exactly what these guys are going to be. So, sometimes you just go ahead and just say, all right, well, if AR falls to me, I get AR.
It would make sense for my dad to try to trade up to get a quarterback because he only has Mahomes and Zach Wilson.
Well, I mean, someone who needs a quarterback also is on this panel.
Yeah, but hold on. If you have Mahomes, that dude does not get hurt. And if he does get hurt, that dude is still limping. Wow,
they will Byron Leftwich him down the field.
Yeah, he does have a bye week. Okay, you just gonna not play quarterback for the bye.
No, I know, I mean, I'm pretty sure.
You want Ryan Tannehill? He can have Ryan Tannehill for six.
And you're like, oh, he could stream it, but by the time his bye hits, every quarterback is gonna be taken.
No, you can have Ryan Tannehill for a 6th-round pick. Come on, you can have it.
Gosh. I don't think he wants Ryan Tannehill.
You should. No. Yes, come on, get him.
Why should you want Ryan Tannehill? Get out of here.
No. Because
he's not even going to start. He's going to be the highest paid backup quarterback this year. Okay?
I think he will start. I think he will start. I think that's this entire year. I think they're going to start the entire year.
It's going to be a freaking quarterback by committee. First ever one.
Right? Every other drive, just switching someone else.
I can see that.
Every interception. All right, next guy up.
Next guy, I guess.
All right, Malik. Show us what you got.
No, not Malik. You stay on the court. You stay there. You stay there.
You probably go to the practice squad and still not get picked up by anybody.
Yeah, exactly. I think Seattle would be great for Malik. I'd love to see that.
Yeah. Look, Seattle. I like what they did in their draft. I really do. They picked up pieces that they needed. I even like the JSN pick. I really do. I like where his spot is at. He's gonna be the 2 eventually when Lockett decides after this contract, like after the next 2 years, they just probably won't pay him anymore. He's gonna be 31, 32 years old, and they're like, look, dude, You're old as shit. I can't afford somebody like you anymore. Either walk away or retire. Which
Lockett's going to go another team. He's going to be able to play for a long time.
So what? 36.
36 probably. What I was, Tyler Lockett looks older than. I mean, he's 30 years old right now. I think he has still 5 years in him because he's not a big receiver. He doesn't take a lot of big hits, but he does produce. He gives you 1,000 yards every year.
I'll give you 3.
I think he can play for a long time.
I think he'll cut it at 34. 34, you'd be like, all right, dude.
I don't think he's going to be fantasy relevant for all those years, but I just think that he'll be for the next Tyler Lockett for the next 3 years is going to be fantasy relevant.
He'll be lingering around. He'll be like Deshaun Jackson, just
whenever you need somebody
kind of there.
Let's go get Tyler Lockett.
One big play, and then he's done.
Tyler Lockett has these great routes. He runs excellent routes. So those type of guys like Jerry Rice, who's not fast. Jerry Rice played till he's 41 because he's football degenerate, and you can play. You know how to play the game. So that's that type of guy.
This is an interesting one. All right, ready?
All right.
I see a lot of yeses, and I see a lot of no's here. Is it worth trading Pittman and Bigsby for Devontae Smith in Dynasty right now? That is an interesting one because
with
Tank Bigsby can be something irrelevant with ETN. Pittman hasn't really had a decent quarterback there that's given him the it's interesting. And then Devontae Smith has only been good when an alpha receiver that has been there, which is
going to be there from now on. He's going to always have that now.
Is he though? Because can they afford him after this?
That's a good question. I don't know if they will.
I think Devontae Smith is the one who goes.
Really? And you think they keep it? AJ's dude. AJ's going to be expensive.
AJ's already locked down for 5 years.
He's already down for 5 years right now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's already got AJ for 5 years.
At some point, hold on. What is the contract? What's the guarantee contract of that? Oh, let's look.
Here's my thing. So Devontae Smith right now, this is his 3rd year.
Yes.
You have 3 years guaranteed to be able to hold on to him, right? 3 years guaranteed that you're going to have him. No
Devontae, not Devontae. AJ Brown guaranteed money until 2024. After that, the guaranteed money's gone. But the contract is still the prorated bonus at 10. So if you average it out,
I mean, Devontae's
going
to be a lot
cheaper. He's stuck there. The cap space, the dead money, oh my God, it's $60 million next year.
Yeah, so AJ's definitely
42, 30, 20. No, he's there till 2027.
Yeah.
They can't cut him until man,
which I don't think is a problem because
no, it's not. It's not. He's going to be here till at least 30.
Yeah,
that's nice. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you want.
But then because of that, Devontae Smith is going to be the one that they're not going to.
I don't know because I think you might be able to sign Devontae Smith again because the way you can massage the cap. I mean, so you have him for 3 years. You have Devontae Smith for 3 years right now. So that's 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26. So it's only 1 year more less than and you can franchise if you don't want to lose him. So you can hold on to Devontae Smith for 4 years without any problems right now.
Okay.
So it's the same thing as AJ.
Is it worth it though? Pittman and Tank Bigsby.
I still want Devontae Smith.
Do you take Devontae over that? Okay.
I'll still take Devontae. Okay. No one that team just signed their franchise quarterback, has all their backups for their line, and that team's going to be good for the next 4 years. I would rather have Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm seeing a lot of. Say what?
I'm leaning towards Devontae too.
Devontae as well. Okay.
Yeah. Just because there's an unknown with who's throwing the ball to Traylon, and then Bigsby's only a RB2.
Yeah,
And
but
you know
then
what
you're
gonna get
like,
with Devontae.
we know that it's going to be a decent duo there.
It
Bigsby
will be,
and
but I still feel like on the bigger plays and when things matter, ETN's going to be the one who's out there.
Yeah. Most likely. And but think about Michael Pittman is interesting. Because if AR does have a rapport with somebody, you think it will be him. A big body receiver, a guy that has a good catch radius. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a great catch radius.
Amazing catch radius.
That will be the dude because if AR can't throw it accurately, you throw it to the guy who catch the ball anywhere.
Michael I've been looking at some of these, man. He has one of the best catch radiuses in the league. Like this dude, like lays out for these balls. Like even if it's like he might not have like yards after the catch last season, but he's making these catches.
But that's what you want. A young quarterback wants a guy that's going to get the ball and go get it.
Perfect fit, man. That is a perfect fit for Rich.
But it's a good. See, I understand why they did this trade. I still would stay with Devontae Smith because he's always going to get single coverage.
Well, the trade hasn't been made. It was just a is it worth it? And a lot of people are 50-50 on it. Some people are saying yes, some people are saying no. So
but it's a good question. It's a good conversation. I mean, Devontae Smith had 95 catches last year.
Someone even said 100% worth it. Wow. Without a debate, 100%. All right.
I don't know about all that, but we'll see.
So I don't know. It's interesting. So, and then my last one here, Roshan or Mims in Dynasty.
Which Roshan?
Johnson. You're sitting at the second.
Oh man!
Now I only ask this because I
love Roshan.
This is gonna be you, man. I know this is gonna be you in your 203. Your 203, Roshan might be sitting there, and Mims might be sitting there.
I love Roshan. I honestly think he's going to be the starting running back for the Bears.
I think he's going to be the second pick. I'm calling it right now. If Roshan is sitting there, I think he's going to be your second overall pick.
I can't argue with you.
I think he is, man.
Because he's just that dude. The fact that he's even there would be amazing to me. But on this team with the Deontay Foreman and Khalil Herbert, I think Roshan is the only complete back there, and he's going to be the guy in the backfield week 3, week 4, and he's going to be the guy getting the ball for the next 4 years. So Mims is man, that's actually a little bit harder than I thought.
Yeah,
it is.
You know what we should do real quick next week or at least Wednesdays? We should show chat our Dynasty rosters on Wednesday if you want to do that, and then fill up the active roster as much as you can. So I know you could probably put a running back up there, and we could. Bet you can't.
Yeah,
you
can't. I can't, but if I can't take him out of my.
Well, you can right now.
And they have to put him back. Yeah,
put him back. But no, we'll leave it at that for now. So we'll talk about that on Wednesday.
Man, that's tough because Mims. I feel like
could be really good
in Denver. I think Jerry Jeudy is not destined to be in Denver for long.
No, I don't think so either.
They're going to trade him, and I think Mims is going to end up being the number 1 dude. So that's not, man. That's difficult. That's.
I'm going to take Roshan Johnson over Mims, even though. Oh, man, no.
Well, I guess your team needs would come into play too. Like if it was my team, I'd probably go Mims because I need receivers more than I need running backs.
Yeah.
I think Roshan. I'm talking about Roshan's going to be a top 10 running back.
I think
next year. Next year, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
No, not coming up this year. You're going to draft him. And you're going to tax the squad to do. All right.
Are you confusing him with his college teammate Bijan?
No.
I don't even think you taxi him. I think he's playable.
It depends on who you have.
I wouldn't taxi him.
I would probably play him. Actually, because I got Kenneth Gainwell, so I probably would play him.
If I got him, I might taxi him just because I already had 5 running backs on my roster. I don't need 6.
If Roshan is at 202, he's not following you.
I hate you.
Does he have the 202 as well?
He does.
He does. He doesn't have the 201, but he has the 202. I hate you. I hate you, Braden.
He's gonna get Bijan and Roshan. Oh my!
Really?
Goodness.
Really gonna have you? He's gonna do Texas?
That's
what you're doing.
The 202.
You're just going Texas, huh?
Wow, Braden,
he got that for you know what he got the 202. He gave up Sam Howell. That's how he got.
Oh my God! Yes. What the fuck?
I forgot it because that was just the recent one, right?
That was a recent trade.
For Sam Howell.
Didn't make any sense.
He was able to flip a 4th rounder to the 202.
I can't believe.
No, not even just a 4th rounder. Someone he picked off the trash heap to the 202.
Oh, I'm saying, but he flipped his 4th rounder into the 202.
Dude, that's nuts. I mean, I applaud you and I hate you at the same time.
That's
he's making
still
moves,
insane,
man.
He's literally going to have he'll have both running backs from Texas, and then have the Texans quarterback.
If he hadn't done the trade last offseason, he would literally have had 101, 102, 201, 202, 301, 302, because he has the 301 and the 302 as well.
What the hell?
He has G Money's entire draft.
He doesn't have the 30. Wait, he does have 301. That's his, but he does.
He has G Money's 1, 2, and 3 picks.
His team is going from last to.
Oh, I know.
He's going to be challenging for the championship.
Your team's going to be so good this year.
Yeah, literally.
Braden is in a situation. Hold on.
And he was in a good team already. He just had bad luck.
Here's the thing about Dynasty, guys. If you guys don't play Dynasty, I mean, you're here obviously, so I'm assuming you guys do. But if not, you guys just love football. It's fine. We are. Oh wait, we need to do that jersey giveaway video too.
Oh yeah, we gotta do it soon. We're
no, we need to do it like soon, like probably before Wednesday, if not after the show. But once we get 300, we're giving out that jersey. But look, Braden could screw up our league for many years. He could run. If everything works out to it because of this draft, the ring and the trophy could be in Indianapolis for
a while. For a while.
Yeah.
Like he could literally he has 11 picks. What the hell?
Well, the reason why he was ranked the best draft capital.
1, 2.
Oh, he has a few.
3, 4, 5,
6, 5 at least.
5 in the first 3.
And not only that, but they're all within the first 2 picks of each round. That's enough.
But this luck of yours ended up you in this situation though.
That's amazing.
If you had any wins, like 2 more wins, would you have Bijan right now? What was the record last year? I can't pull that up.
He won 1 game. Well, 2 if you count the fact he didn't get the toilet bowl.
He didn't get the toilet bowl.
Yeah, he was 1 in 11, I think.
Yeah.
1 in
That's all right,
12.
man. That's all right. I'll get whoever I get this year, and then next year. That's my year. Very good. That's gonna be the name of my team. Next year's my year.
Right.
Next year's your year to do what? Get the 101?
To get to 101.
I don't understand you. Why are you bragging about the 101 so bad every time?
Hey,
this
is all I have, Martin. I live in Chicago.
Sucked, all right?
That's all I have. I live in Chicago. This is it. This is all we have. You don't want me to worry about bragging about the 101? Then give me Justin Fields, damn it.
Bragging about the 101. Like, you can only brag about the 101, but then you realize that your year
I almost became a Blackhawks fan just because we had the 101 there too. So I was like, you know what? I'm going with that too. Hockey. Let's go.
So when you were telling me about them, like, they're horrible. I'm like, it can't be that bad. The Coyotes played them. I was like, damn, they suck. Like,
I told
you
they
were bad. I was like,
they're young, slow, and just uninterested. So I was like, all right, this is not a good combination. It's just not working well. But that's all right, Connor. Connor Bedard, he'll come in, he'll save the day. We'll be all right. Just give us 3 years. We'll be okay. Thank you, NHL. because that was super. They just gave it to us. They didn't do a draft. They didn't do a draft lottery. They were like, oh, so it's going to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who have conspiracy theories saying that whole thing was rigged.
It definitely was. It definitely was rigged. There's no doubt.
Because they said everything was happening live, but they didn't show any of like the drawing of the balls. And then they went to commercial, and while they're in commercial, someone's like, "Oh, this is who this team got."
Yep.
And everyone's like, "How do you know this?" And that's who they ended up getting. And that's who ended up getting it.
And that's why
I was like,
they knew it. They knew it.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, this team got the 5th pick," and everyone
because you didn't want him going. You don't want him going to stupid places. You know, no one wants to go to Tennessee. No one wants to go to these places. So you're like, you need to go to original 6. You need them. It was going to be us or somehow Detroit was going to jump up everybody. It was only going to be one of these great teams. It was not going anywhere else. You know, because only the young teams right now are doing the best in the NHL. They have no history.
I know Braden was like, "Can we just get rid of the Coyotes and bring in an expansion team?
Because then you'd be great.
Like, we'll be really good with for a couple years."
They don't even have a home.
Oh, I know.
Stable,
but they're dedicated to staying there, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah,
I want to ask you guys one question before we leave because I think we need to wrap it up soon.
We do, yeah.
All right. Who's the one team? Because you know this is a very volatile league. Who's the one team that you feel that's going to go from the worst team, one of the worst teams in the NFL, to one of the best teams? That's going to go from worst to first, or have the opportunity to at least go from worst to first
in a single year.
In a single year, I'm talking about the guys that are terrible this year that had all the first draft picks this year that could go and be very good next year.
Oh, that's too easy. Seattle.
Seattle didn't have a bad team, but they didn't have
not Seattle, but
yeah, I was confused.
From last year to this year, it was a major.
They had terrible team, and they're going to go from worst to first.
I'm gonna say Broncos.
The Broncos, that's a good answer.
I don't know if they'll get first, just because Kansas City's still there, but I think the Broncos will be a way different team this year.
I like Cleveland.
Cleveland's another good one.
And Cleveland's that team that could go from terrible, even though they only had the best pick was in the 3rd round.
Oh,
they did it. They had a great.
Brian's gonna like this answer.
The Jets. That's a good. Jets, Jets. Let's go.
I think it's possible.
Let's go,
for the
Garrett.
Jets.
Let's go, Garrett.
Good luck with the Bills and the Dolphins. That's all I can say.
Well, the Dolphins are going to hurt themselves. We're just going to wait for Tua to slip and hit his head again. And it'll be, that's the big scariest thing with him because you have a quarterback who's just.
But they got Mike White, and then he's definitely going to have a chip on his shoulder against the Jets again.
As much as I like Mike White, I'll still take Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So no, Jets is a good answer. But Martin, you gotta give us one, man.
I'm looking, man, and I think
he's looking. Yeah.
I don't want to say this.
You know what? I'm waiting for you to say the team on your hat.
Well, okay, yeah, but I don't know.
I wasn't trying to say my team. We all could have said our teams because we all finished last. So
yeah, that's true. So
I
love the Bears.
There's a little space between the Bears and the Falcons here.
Yeah. Because I think the Falcons I like Falcons at like 9 wins. I got the Bears at 8.5 wins.
I'm the other way around.
The crazy thing is, you guys can win your divisions with those win totals.
Yeah, I know.
That's the sad thing about it. No,
I can't pick my team because I'm gonna have to win like 14 games to win my division.
I'm at Bears at 9.
I'm not 100% sure I can do that.
8. That's where I'm at.
I think
don't.
It's so close though. I think Carolina's going to be a lot worse than people think they are because they're not going to start Bryce Young.
You just want them to be worse.
Oh, I definitely want them to be the worst team ever, but I don't think they're going to be that bad.
They throw out Andy Dalton, he just starts balling out. That'd be nuts, wouldn't it?
How's it going, Sport Talk, Alex? We support all 32 teams here on this channel.
No, I only support 31.
We support all 32.
F Green Bay.
Talk about all 32.
Yeah, I only support 29.
But we do have favorite teams. I'm just saying in this channel specifically.
No, we do.
We will talk about all 32 teams.
We do talk about
but he's a Washington fan. He's a Bears fan. And I'm a Falcons fan. But if you ever come back and you see me in another team's jersey, that's just because I have like multiple jerseys, man. Like it's just
there you go.
Bears.
There is no favor. Like you'll see me in different freaking jerseys all the time. And same with Brian up there. He'll be in different jerseys as well.
I had a Falcons jersey on today, but I thought Martin was ever going to have his stuff, so I decided not to put it on.
No, and I'm thinking my next jersey. I'm thinking about getting a Miami one here soon. I don't know. Just to change it.
Is this for real? Is this a for real thing here?
Yes, no, that's 100% correct.
That's nuts.
Yeah,
so it has been training with judo master, learning how to fall, to not hit his head on the turf.
You just now hearing about this, Mark?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
What? This is old news. Hello, Anthony. Good morning. Yeah, this is old news. I feel like he's been. Yeah, we were making fun of him. He's been training to not fall and hit his head, but that's.
Hey, and that is not an exaggeration.
Don't worry. If you look at my Dynasty team, I support Green Bay. So if I make up,
it's not an exaggeration.
My hate for Green Bay will balance out by Braden. That's good.
I fully expect him to draft both the Green Bay tight ends.
Hey, do it in the second round. Go ahead, Braden. Go all Green Bay.
Well, Braden has a chance to swap all these Green Bay guys out.
He probably should.
I don't think he's gonna get rid of Christian. Like that guy's too.
All right, don't get rid of Christian.
No, why would you? I mean, he has a great upside. He has great.
Dobbs
upside.
might be his first receiver out, but I don't know. He's already kind of on the trade block already. No.
Yeah. I'm just glad that I got from under the Aaron Rodgers thing, man. Now he's a Jet, so I don't have to hate him.
Yeah, you were sweating bullets every week. You were sweating bullets every week.
He's in the group chat like, just make this happen already. Just make this happen.
Because I can't support the Green Bay Packers no matter what.
He wasn't going to play for the Green Bay. If he stayed in Green Bay, he was going to retire. So that would have been worse for you.
And he would have had to cut too. You'd be like, what? You're going to cut your number one quarterback? Yes.
Oh, but if they have a retirement thing, you have 2 years before
I have to do anything with him.
Well, no. So if he came back like during the season or something, you could pick him up, and no one else would be able to.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
We have like a 2-year thing. Once players retire, the last person who had him has rights to him.
Well, that's going to have to happen for both my starting quarterbacks. Both of them are so old.
I do, and I don't. All right. There's one thing I'm going to talk about is Jordan Love. I hope he has a good year, and I know Brian's not going to like this, but I hope he has a good year. I hope he proves us all wrong.
I hope
at the same time, I don't want him to do good because Braden has him. He also has Aaron Jones. He also has freaking Christian Watson, and he also has Romeo Dobbs. Yeah. If Jordan Love throws the Aaron, Christian, or Romeo, it don't matter. The dude's going to be producing. Just the only reason why I don't want him to succeed because Braden already won, and that's just off of Green Bay Packers alone.
I don't want the Green Bay Packers to be terrible because I don't want them with the number one pick next year. I would hate for Marvin Harrison Jr. to go to Jordan Love. So literally,
he's not gonna. No, look, the Cardinals are so the Cardinals are so bad it don't matter. Okay, the Cardinals are gonna probably end up getting him. Okay.
Hey, we said that about the Texans last year, and then Lovie Smith, the superhero he is, changed it up for us. Thank you, Lovie. Lovie, let's go.
True and true. Jonathan, what's up, man? I needed you earlier and I forgot why.
We're talking about New Orleans, the Super Bowl in New Orleans, and asking about what things were around there.
Yeah. So all right. So Glendale, Glendale, we hosted a Super Bowl. There's so much to do around that stadium, right? That's why I think they went there back again. Las Vegas is interesting because that's where it's going to be at. The problem is near the stadium, it's difficult. It's not walking distance. Like it's on the other side of the highway. There's a lot to do on that other side of the highway. But again, you got to get to that highway. So you can't just easily walk over there like Glendale can. Does Caesars
the Caesar Stadium, right? I think that's what it is.
Caesar Dome.
Caesar Dome.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Is it walking distance from like, I don't know, like establishments, restaurants, bars and stuff, or do you have to like cross like a main highway to get there? That's my main question, because we were talking about San Francisco being was it 2026?
Yep, 2026.
Which I think I might go there this year. I haven't decided between them, Denver or Dallas. I can't, and it's looking Denver right now.
We need to get you to Indianapolis. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, yeah.
The Caesar Superdome, yeah, the Caesar Superdome.
Yeah. So, okay. But yeah, no, I wanted you to answer that question earlier, but in the meantime, what should I do with Najee in Dynasty? I have no clue what to do with him. Well,
nothing. You can't do anything with him right now. You can't trade him. You can't trade him.
Yourself Jalen Warren. You go after the guy who has Jalen Warren, because they use them both. I think as a dual running back, at least you have the handcuff, because if Najee goes down, you still have the production out of Jalen Warren. I like Jalen Warren. Pittsburgh likes him too. Why not get them both? And
but honestly, I think you hope that Najee has a good year, and then you trade him.
I think he will. I think he will this year. They did a little bit better in their draft, and I think
their line is so much better.
Yeah. I think Najee's going to be productive again this year, like a lot better. I know, there's no noodle arm back there who just goes straight to him. So it's a big difference. All right, so they have museums and stuff. I don't remember because I haven't been there in a while, but I don't know if they've changed anything. So is it walking distance though? Like that's like can I get a drink, right? And some dinner, like, and then because
is Bourbon Street close to the stadium? Because if Bourbon Street is close, then you know that we're going to be it's a party, literally a party going into the stadium.
Because that's how Glendale is, a party going into the stadium. Like there is so many restaurants and bars there, like, but not as bad as Chicago, because you guys made that look like made it sound like it was like dangerous as hell. Like
the Smoothie King Center is right across the street.
What?
I think everything is right there.
I just brought it up on Google Maps. So they have a whole bunch of stuff.
All the things you would have brought up, Smoothie King. Look, that's like Weenie Hut Juniors. Why are you bringing that?
That's where the Pelicans play.
That's where the Pelicans, the basketball.
It's an arena.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
They have reverse statue, but okay. All right. I'm just curious, man. Like I haven't been there, so eventually I will be. The bar. They have a bar. So bars, but a bar. Okay. I don't know
that's
if that's
interesting.
enough. Because Kansas City, I've heard it's a doozy. Like you can't get in, like there is no leaving establishment to get there. Like it's a highway bridge to get to that. I don't know.
It's the only thing you can do in Kansas City is there.
Like you have to go there, and you're literally like
it's not even isn't it in Missouri? It's not even it's not even like the stadium's in a different state technically.
Kansas City, Missouri.
No, I mean it's in Kansas. I'm saying so Kansas City, like the stadium's like in Kansas technically, and they play in Missouri.
Oh, but they're so freaking close. Like I don't know, but I know you have to like basically do everything like right there on the freaking road.
And the same thing for Dallas. In Dallas, there's nothing else there, but they just own everything. So everything's in that one establishment.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, you have a better idea than I do, so I'll take your word for it. So, there's nothing near out here besides, but yeah, no, there isn't. It's just it's from what I know is I've heard. I could probably Google Map it right now, like Mark did.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally like you're just basically you put your car in park and wait for the next parking spot and just hang out for a little bit. You might just tailgate right there on your way in. So that's from what I saw. I don't know how real that is, but that's just from what I saw videos. Like people were actually like throwing out barbecues on that bridge that they have to it. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, y'all just stop in the middle of the road. Like, all right.
Hey, I don't know what you guys are doing October 15th, but we have this huge tailgate October 15th in Chicago that we're gonna do. It's massive. It's huge. So much food, so much liquor. It's crazy. And if you haven't had a tailgate in Chicago, it's nuts. So if you ever get a chance to do that, but if you guys want to come out, that's a great week to do it. And dude, I want to say it's amazing. Ask Tank last year when we had tickets like right on the field. So we always get great tickets, and yeah, if anyone wants to come out,
being on the phone on live.
Only
I haven't seen.
Off. Yeah, I remember that. I still haven't seen the episode, but yeah.
Ban. He was never allowed to use his phone while we're doing that.
Started banning people.
Banning people, cutting the show early.
Yeah.
What a dick. Certain stadiums definitely have better surroundings than others. Like I remember Washington Stadium is like nothing around.
No.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
That sucks. Baltimore Stadium also has nothing around. See, that sucks.
This
lucky. Is
lucky.
probably why. Lurking McClurkster. Yeah, you're here.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Baltimore has like downtown Baltimore right next to it, though, and then there's a casino, and there's places to go.
I know what
Tank said he doesn't know what happened. I know what happened. You know how many things we were taking shots after shot.
I know
shot.
that's exactly what I was going to say. He was
Fireballs.
one too many in.
We had so much liquor. It was thousands of dollars of liquor that we were just drinking like crazy.
On top of that, he dropped his phone too as well. So I was like, yeah, he's done. And then I wasn't even mad the fact that the show cut early. We were promoting the second jersey or something like that. There was something big that I was trying to promote eventually that I never got to. And he cut me off just before it. That's why I was mad because I never got.
It was like if everyone wanted to do NFL, the thing that you did for the TV.
It was either NFL HD,
yeah,
or
a jersey,
or the jersey. I can't remember. It was something big, and then we were getting close to that. And I don't know, but yeah, he pissed me off that morning. And then he bans my own mom. Like, oh yeah, I did it by accident. Get the hell out of here.
He was like, hey, watch this, guys.
Fat fingered the whole script and banned somebody. Get out of here. You know how ridiculous that sounds, bro? You accidentally cut the stream and bans. Like, I just cannot believe that. No matter how many times you tell me, it just doesn't sound right.
I'm telling you guys, if you guys can make it to Chicago on October 15th, I'll show you this tailgate. It will be amazing. And you will see how we leave the house at 6 a.m. for a noon game. We'll get there about 8 a.m. We will drink. You will be drunk by 10:30. They will try to sober you up right about 11 o'clock. And they will walk to the stadium because whatever you got to do, you got to walk in there. And then we'll drink from there. Dude, it's amazing time. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm telling you guys, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go.
I'm going to try and go out there. I have to learn. I have to get my new military schedule because the beginning of the months have been pretty hectic. So.
Marvin kept on screaming fireball. We had to do fireball shots. They're literally, we had, I think it was 700 little fireball bottles.
Disgusting.
And then we had more fireball alcohol. It was crazy. But we had everything you want. If you like bourbon, we had whiskey, we had vodka, we had tequila. They had everything. Like literally, and they had jungle juice too. It was so bad.
You guys remember anything?
Listen pieces. I know George McCaskey. George McCaskey came out there and came and talked to us about the Bears, and we were talking about him moving to Arlington Heights. He was like, "I can't talk about that right now."
I'm scared for Braden's safety here.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna wake up.
Braden's a small dude. Braden's a small dude.
Dude, it would be awesome. You guys don't have to worry about getting home because you can just stay in my house. Come on, we got room.
All right, so Jonathan brought us in, and we'll end it here. Also, another fantasy question I'd have for you to choose between Aaron Jones and Breece Hall for Dynasty. I like Breece's upside, but we'll see after the injury. Okay, so we talked about Breece probably just before you got here, man.
That's not a question.
I think Breece we can all agree on the same answer, right?
Yeah, it's Breece Hall all the way.
Aaron Jones. Oh, sorry.
the hell
Aaron
out
Jones has 2 years, baby. Brees Hall at 21 years old could be your running back for almost a decade.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
You take him. Yes, the injury is a little concerning, but I think he'll be just fine eventually.
Yeah.
At least you'll have him longer than what I think you'd have Aaron Jones. Because Aaron Jones in Dynasty, like we don't know. Okay, like he's still productive. He might be an outlier and play well over his 30s.
Yeah,
But that's
it's not going to be 10 years.
That's
like
the big
Brees
question.
Hall.
Where at least Brees Hall, I know he's gonna be
out there. Yeah.
So yeah. Braden also says I have Aaron Jones in Dynasty, but I would take Brees Hall. Yeah. We were talking about a trade. What would you earlier? It was a trade between what would you give up for him? So I have both, but I'm looking to move on from one and upgrade from another position. I would trade off Aaron Jones. Look for the guy with AJ Dillon. Give them both as running backs.
Yep. Here's your handcuff. Have that. I want
really the handcuff. Hey, here's the starter. To
here's
your
the
handcuff.
better. Yeah.
Here's the starter to your handcuff, and I'll take
offer
a high
more
value
trade
pick or maybe a rookie that you
signal.
like.
What is the signal? What would you ask for?
Oh, for Aaron Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here you go, Braden. Take notes.
He's still productive.
He's very productive, and he'd probably be productive for 2 or 3 years still.
Early second.
Early second's good.
Early second. It can't go any further than a late second. I think an early second because he's going to be productive this season, and he's rarely hurt. But even if he's hurt, he's gone for like a game or two. But it's not like he's not known for prolonged injuries.
He also said he's looking to upgrade another position. Is there another like player for player trade you would do? Like a wide receiver you would think would be equivalent to
a 1-for-1 maybe?
Aaron Jones or tight
for
end.
A team that has good receivers but ass run game. Yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I would take a second. I would cringe on a late second, but I don't think
know if I can Jameson Williams.
I think Jameson is not the. I want more. I want more than Jameson Williams.
See, the thing is, Jameson Williams not valued high right now.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
So he's and he has injury, history.
Well, no, he said Jones and Jameson Williams for a higher tier.
No, I know.
Oh yeah. But you're not
right
getting
now. There are people that aren't valued. I just did a dynasty draft, and he was taken towards the later rounds. I was surprised. I was like, "Holy crap!" Like,
was it like a 15 rounder?
It was a 15 rounder.
And he because of a 6-game suspension.
Yeah.
So people scared to take him too early because of a 6-game suspension.
That could be it.
Like they have like the redraft mentality in the dynasty draft.
Yeah, maybe that could be
That's hurting its value.
Well, it's him coming off injury. It's him not knowing exactly what you'll get in Detroit. That there's all other receivers that are more solid.
He's not coming off an injury though. He played the last of the season.
Yeah, but he's been injury prone. Like even
he is injury prone.
In college, he's hurt himself twice in college. I mean, this guy, you don't know what you're going to get, so you can't draft it that high to think that he's going to be great, for a long period of time. So it's just one of those things you have to keep in mind. So I think Jameson is if a dynasty draft, looking at 8th round, 9th round, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
In a startup,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that.
But you're saying you get a second, high second for Jones if you pair with Jameson Williams. You don't think you get like a?
I still don't think you get a first.
No, but like another player though.
Another player,
he's a receiver.
Can you get what Mike Williams? Yeah, you can get Mike Williams, but like can you?
No, I'm gonna say Mike Williams.
Are you gonna get T Higgins? No, you're not gonna get T Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what level are you talking about? You can get Mike Williams, but you're not gonna get no T Higgins. You're not gonna get a guy who can be a number one. At what level? Can you get Devontae Smith? No.
You
know what I'm saying? Like how far down do we need to go? Darnell Mooney. You might be able to get Darnell Mooney. That's
I would keep Williams over Mooney.
Yeah, but I would keep Williams over Mooney, so I wouldn't even do that deal.
I would, yeah.
I don't know, because I mean Darnell Mooney he's come off injury too, so that's the other problem. Yeah, never mind.
No,
he's come off injury too.
No, do not.
He's 20. He's 25 too. So I mean, I'm not like saying he's not this old dude.
I don't know who if you package both of them, who could you get? I don't know, man. That's a very difficult one because, like, I don't think you're gonna get any of the top tiered sophomores from last year.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's difficult, man. How much do you believe in like someone like? No, that's even late. No, I don't even do.
Could you get Amari Cooper?
That's actually a really that's good. Yes, I think you can get Amari Cooper. I think that's exactly what I'll be looking for. Amari
Terry
Cooper.
McLaurin.
I don't know if you get Terry though.
Okay.
But I think Amari you could get.
It's weird because Amari Cooper is ranked 5 spots higher than T. Higgins.
Yeah, but you know what? But it's also you're talking about dynasty. You're talking about who's.
No, I know. I just thought that was funny.
Youth. You're thinking about T. Higgins right now is number 2 wide receiver on his team, but T. Higgins is a stud, and he's young. T. Higgins is still not 24, is he?
What if you get like an older, higher ranked receiver? Like
that's what I was kind of looking at,
like a Devontae Adams, or I wouldn't say Cooper Kupp because I just don't
no, you're not getting Adams.
Yeah, Devontae Adams. No.
That is a freaking hard one, man.
Maybe you
got
get
me. You got me.
Okay,
Brandon Ayuk.
Because I like Williams. I like Williams is going to be. I look.
Would you do Michael Pittman Jr. for Aaron Jones?
These two for Michael Pittman.
Yeah.
It's a pretty even fit.
I think that's where we are, right? You know, a 6'4", 220-pound young receiver.
A little more on the Williams than Jones, but
I still like Williams over Pittman.
But I still like Williams a little bit better, I guess.
But I don't like Williams over Pittman. He's going to be the second or third receiver. Michael Pittman with AR there is going to be a number one receiver.
I would, if I
he's
had
a number
AR,
one receiver coming out.
Who's the second? He's the number 2 receiver. Who's else is going to be above him?
I mean, for Detroit, it could be your tight end, honestly.
But then the thing is, you're giving up Aaron Jones
and Gibbs. You know, Gibbs might be, end up being your receiver right there.
I don't like packaging these guys together. I don't like packaging. No, I wouldn't package these guys together. No way. I don't like that. I don't like it.
All right, what's what Anthony says? Thoughts on Justin Ross, Kansas City wide receiver? He had that brutal injury in college, and then the foot that cost him the rookie season. But prior to that, he was a freaking stud. Depends on how can he get on the field, guys. How do you guys feel?
Back to the other thing, though. He says his main guys are Jones, Brees, Mixon, Jameson, Judy, Higgins, and Jamal Williams.
You're going to go a running back.
He already has Higgins, so
yeah. You wouldn't be able to get T. Higgins though. Not for that. There's no way.
I see Jamal Williams and Mixon will probably finally do something really stupid to get him behind bars. Like finally do the man just is just trouble. He's just walking trouble. Jamal Williams is basically out almost. He's just touchdowns. He's just a touchdown vulture until he's.
I think he's going to end up being their number one running back because I don't think. Well, I don't know. I haven't heard him.
I don't know if they have him, but they have Kendre Miller, who's probably going to be between the pylons, and then Jamal Williams will snuff these touchdowns. That's what he's going to be. Jamal Williams is going to be the new Boston Scott.
I think Kendre Miller is going to. You guys will have him higher than he's going to be. Jamal Williams is going to be their starting running back for most of the season.
According to Kendrick Miller,
this year, but I'm not. I'm talking about dynasty though. I see Jones and Brees, are productive. Mixon, yeah, but like, how long is he gonna
Hey, as I said, any guy who could be cut from a team, you don't know.
That's what I'm saying. And Jamal Williams scares me because he's now what, 30? No, hold on. No, I aged him too much, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think he's 28.
28. He just turned 28.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a lot of tread on his tire. He had a 1,000-yard season last year.
I don't know. But I would try and get, because I think with Williams, Mixon, and Brees, you'll be fine as long as they stay healthy. I think Jones can probably get you somebody or a pick. Because if you're thinking about getting rid of, I like Jameson, and I get it because he's injury prone, but I don't know.
Injury prone, coming off an injury, and he had the 6-game suspension on a team who, I'm telling you, that they might be rolling by the time he gets in the 7th game. They might be rolling, and he might not be a chance to break into that.
Yeah.
That team is, I don't like Detroit, but that team has a lot of talent. And Gibbs could be a receiver. He could be an unbelievable receiver. He'd be like a Debo type of guy that ends up happening. I don't know. And Amon-Ra is the truth. That's the right St. Brown. And I don't know. I don't know what you're going to get out of that guy. I've always been high on Jameson, but I don't know. This season might not be a good season. Maybe later. You don't know what Josh Reynolds is going to end up being. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's do this one. Justin Ross.
Yeah, so that's interesting, actually. Because you just don't know about Kansas City receivers, man. You really don't.
He played third. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know. Why are you bringing this guy up, Anthony? Like,
because Justin Ross, right now, timing means a lot, right? So, they just drafted Rashee Rice, right? Rashee Rice is going to get all the opportunity he can to jump into this receiving.
He might be Sky Moore though. Where he did nothing his first year. Anything crazy, amazing.
But Sky Moore could also be behind Rashee Rice soon. You never know because Sky Moore hasn't done anything. So yeah, I don't know. If Justin Ross gets into the starting lineup, then yes, he's a viable option. But MVS is going to start because he has the experience. Kadarius is going to start because until he gets really stupid, he's the most talented guy. Doing something stupid to get hurt. He's their most talented guy.
He is. Look, Justin Ross is right. My thoughts on him is I'm not spending a lot on him. I'm not spending a lot on a guy who they might not even put on the field, man. Like,
because right now
I think he's one of their smallest guys, isn't he? How big is Sky Moore's?
No, Justin Ross is a giant.
He's 5'11", 190.
Justin Ross? Bro, Justin Ross gonna be like.
No, he's 6'4", 205.
It's like 6'4", right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He was a giant.
Who am I thinking?
You confusing the Ross that the Bengals drafted in the first round a couple years ago, and then fizzled out of the NFL.
Something. John Ross. John Ross is also on the same team.
He's also in Kansas
City. John Ross. John Ross.
Kansas City too?
Yeah, he's on Kansas City too.
Oh, there you go, John Ross. Yeah,
John Ross is on the same team, but Justin Ross was out Clemson. You remember? Well, he was the big body receiver. He had really good hands. He had really good hands. But the question is, Justin Ross, I wouldn't be spending much money on him right now because we don't know what we could do. Let's see what happens with foot injury with a receiver. That's hard, but I will wait because he's a dude out of Clemson, right?
Yeah. Justin Ross is Clemson. 6'4", 205.
I go this team.
I think
he was good.
I'm not spending.
Yeah, you're right with that.
A lot on him.
Because he's behind Justin Watson, he's behind Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, Kadarius, MVS. And there's a lot of hurdles you're going to have to jump over.
Kadarius Toney MVS. Yeah, I don't know.
I agree with Anthony. What Anthony's even saying
Yeah.
later, I agree with him. But you have to get. I mean, Kadarius still is, that body type too. He's only 6 feet tall. Yeah.
So yeah, 6'4", 200 something. He's a receiver one to me, or a type to me. I don't feel like any other receivers have that build there, but not spending. It's not spending much. He's cheap on the upside. It's crazy good if you have. Yeah.
MVS is 6'4", 200. MVS is 6'4", 200.
Yeah, MVS is the same size.
Like if you get him, he's kind of riding your bench for a little bit, and see because if any of these receivers go down, he's probably going to be waiver wire number 1 receiver that week.
It'll be interesting though. My question
Jonathan
is still
says he might even take him in redraft. So that's
Rashee Rice is the thing I think about. I wonder about because him being 6'2", 200 pounds, being the rookie guy that they got, the new toy. How does that work? Because
but you asked me. Hold on, not you. Sorry, I'm to Anthony. You asked me what my thoughts were. Those were my thoughts. I know nobody said anything how much you're spending on him, but those were my thoughts. I'm not.
But MVS is. You talking about MVS not not being able to catch the ball? You're right, but Rashee Rice is behind him. Justin Russell be behind Rashee Rice.
Mm-hmm.
So so potential. Rashee Rice is potential right there too. So I mean,
yeah,
you grab him, you can put him on your team.
Trade. See, maybe you. All right, maybe you should have led with this, my guy. Okay. As a throw-in piece to another trade, now you want to know his value because he was just a cherry on top. Well, if he was just cherry on top, you keep him and you just leave him there and see what happens. Because I'm telling you, if any of these receivers go down, he's the first man slotted in. Just saying.
No, Rashee Rice is.
Well, yeah, but I think Ross has a chance to be productive.
I don't believe in Sky
He's
Moore.
a large target that I think Mahomes would kind of like.
But Rashee Rice is 6'2", 200 pounds. Like it's not like he's not a small guy, and he's your second round draft pick. So that's why I'm like Rashee Rice.
Do you think that Tony's gonna like survive the entire season?
No. Kadarius Toney's gonna f up something.
So you slide in Sky Moore and you slide in Rashee Rice,
and then Justin Ross is the third guy.
MVS. Who knows? Sometimes he gets hurt. Sometimes I don't know. MVS is the weird one there.
He's going to be there. I just feel like he's not going to be productive.
That's what I'm saying. I think Ross has a chance. Like I don't know why I was thinking. I'm not spending a lot. It's just interesting. Like I don't know. But if he was added to the trade, then you just keep him.
Oh man, I like what Anthony did.
I purposely got a trade with the guy who has Ross, then negotiate and go, oh. What about Ross?
He's like, yeah, I'll throw him in.
Yeah, well,
that's just a smart man.
Yeah, we love Rice. And what's up, then, boys? We're
it's time to wrap it up. We had 2 hours,
done, man. But I'm glad you came in. I'm glad
you said that same thing like 40 minutes ago.
I know,
because we were doing the last one with Jonathan, and then Anthony. So here's the thing. Anthony's already typing something because he doesn't know how to shut up, and he knows it's true because he just doesn't stop talking. And now he's laughing because I said that. There it is. See, I don't care, Anthony. I don't care what you say for the rest of the show. I don't care. I love you, pal. But I don't care.
That's funny. That's right, though.
Because he's laughing and he's typing his next quote. I don't care what you say for the rest of the show.
Man. Which is about to be like 30 more seconds because we are done.
Him and Mike.
Look, so Dynasty Pylon, we're at 285 subscribers. We're trying to get to 300. The 300 is going to be a jersey giveaway, a jersey of your choice. It's going to be the number 4, right, gentlemen? The number 4.
Number 4. And it'll say Dynasty Pylon.
It'll say Dynasty Pylon on the back. Is a stitched jersey. It's very cool. Unfortunately, I'll never get one, but it's okay. I'm going to have my own T-shirt printed, just like I got this one.
By the way, you cannot say that on our next video, by the way.
What? It won't be stitched? What?
No, that you are not allowed to get one because you have embedded that in your brain, but I never said that.
No, I think it's going to actually happen.
The rest of you guys who has embedded that. You are not allowed to say that. Listen to me, guy. You are not allowed to say that in the next video because that next video is important.
Until I get a jersey, can't prove it. No, whatever.
I will.
We
cut
guys
you out.
are going to cut me out. I don't care. I'll be there back.
I'm
I'll
just
come
saying,
back.
you want to be in the next video. I get it, but you are not allowed to say that.
I don't have to be in the next video. I don't get a jersey. I don't care anymore. And you know what? I hope it's a Green Bay jersey. No, it's Canada. No, it's a great thing, guys. You guys can see how passionate we are about football, how much we enjoy talking about this stuff. So please subscribe if you guys are on the fence about it. Come and see us again. We'll be back here on Wednesday. I have on a Nerd Huddle. I have my Panda and Grizzly show. I'll have that on Tuesday. We'll do at 8 Central. Then these guys are doing going through all the teams in reverse draft order, kind of telling you what their draft was, what their season outlook is. It's great information. Please join them. They're doing it early in the morning, guys. It's usually about 11
Well, for me,
Eastern.
it's early in the morning. God damn.
11
Yeah,
Eastern,
for
10
him it's early in the
Last
morning.
week has been a struggle.
Once again, guys, you see Martin with the glasses, you know what type of day it is. So just
But
these are like to warm up a
tomorrow
little
we're doing the
bit.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Wow, that's interesting.
Yep.
And then, we're going from there. And I already forgot the draft, but tomorrow we're doing the Cardinals.
Cardinals, Raiders, and then Thursday will be the Falcons, and then Friday is the Eagles.
What? Oh yeah,
There you
draft.
go.
We trade.
Yeah, you trade it back.
There you go.
So next Monday will be the Bears,
That's all right.
unless we just let you do it on Tuesday.
Yeah,
It'll be
hey, them
fine.
boys, it's fine. Look, them boys, sleep all you want. It's fine. No worries. Look, I'm just glad you popped in. You said hi. You came here. I love seeing all your guys' usernames and faces. You guys are safe and you guys are good, right? That's all that matters. So the number 4 is going to look good. Dallas Star on it. Well, I mean, at least you don't have to replace this jersey ever, because it'll just be a stitch.
And it'll be the
jersey.
same initials: Dak Prescott, Dynasty Pylon.
Yeah. But yeah.
See how
Anyways.
that goes.
With that being said, what Brian said, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever the hell you guys are at. We'll see you guys this week. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the Cardinals if you guys care to join us. It'll be 10 a.m. West Coast Pacific Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be talking about the Cardinals, and that I don't know how I feel about the Cardinals until tomorrow because they suck already.
Booty. That's what they are.
All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Later.
Later.